I think I've always kind of thought about life as if it had a soundtrack. Music to walk into a room, or to fall asleep, or to walk down the street. For anything and everything. As if the world a stage, existence a performance, and I the star. I think that informs my behavior in a lot of ways. Music has been a part of my life at every turn, starting when I picked up the guitar at 5 or 6, and then began with the piano not long after, which I actually stuck with for like 9 or 10 years. I learned a lot, not only about musical theory, but also about discipline through the piano. I mean, for that 9 to 10 years, I practiced up to an hour nearly every day, minus summers. That feels like a lesson in discipline to me. My piano teacher really valued our playing in front of people, so every few weeks, I and my fellow students would venture out to the assisted living and old folks' homes in Modesto, my hometown, so we could put on a show for the residents, and we could also get a feel for playing in front of people. It definitely was a different experience to play a song in my house on my old piano compared to playing for a room full of people. Though I was anxious every single time, I gained a lot from the hundreds of recitals I was a part of. I learned how to work under pressure, how to think on my feet. This lesson was carried also into my time in theater. Yes, this is my coming out as a theater kid. I know, but this is my past and I will not apologize. But yeah, I was a theater kid. I was part of a youth theater company back home, made up of local teachers and like 50 to 80 students, ranging from 4 to 18 years old. We were somewhat of a motley crew, to say the least. Using songs from popular Broadway musicals and shows and things, we had a resident playwright that would craft original scenes between them to kind of stitch together our own show, which was pretty cool. I mean, most places just do shows that everyone knows, but we got to make our own stories, which was cool. For around 9 years, I acted in scenes, danced as best as I could, and I just tried to keep up. My favorite part of all of this, though, was the music. I loved the singing. I've always loved singing. I used to sing songs for my family that I would create on the spot. And this theater company, it was my first, major opportunity to sing and perform on a major scale. And I enjoyed it a lot. I would audition every year, and I almost always got a solo, which I was and am kind of proud of. And again, I always had nerves when performing, but that was just part of it. Plus, that meant I cared, right? I felt stakes even when I was just singing for my family and the families of my fellow performers. It always meant something to me. After graduating high school, I was aging out of these spaces for musical expression, but I still really wanted a connection to it. So I began to produce music on my laptop. I have definitely not been prolific. I've only released 2 songs in the past 5 years, both of which were almost 4 years ago, but I do still definitely play around with it pretty often. This development of creating music for myself deepened how I connect to music as a whole. It kind of allowed me to understand the structure of music and to just appreciate all of the music I listen to so much more. And boy, was I listening to a lot of music. Almost all the time, every day, I had music playing in my car, my room, my headphones, wherever I went, all the time. This extended to near constant listening to podcasts and watching YouTube videos, and I loved it. This kind of consistent, constant aural stimulation became commonplace for me, and I didn't really think twice about it for a long time. And I came to the conclusion that I have trouble just sitting with myself. For the most part, I felt and still sometimes do feel that I have to fill every moment with sound, mostly music, as a distraction. Now, distractions are great, don't get me wrong, but everything in moderation. And it got to a point where I couldn't just sit with myself in silence with my own thoughts. I wanted to keep music going all the time so I wouldn't have to be alone with myself when I was by myself. In the past few years, I've had to learn about the music of silence. The music of listening to the birds outside my apartment, of the wind rustling through the trees at my favorite park, of waves crashing onto the shore. Music is everywhere if we stop long enough to hear it. In the end, I think maybe my life does have a soundtrack. It is the music I play as I drive or shower or dance, but it's also the laughter of my friends, my boyfriend's heartbeat, my family asking me about something they saw online. And it's also silence.